Alright, what up, people? First off, Bing fucking Bob. I'm back with the realest takes on music, pop culture, and whatever else is going on in the world today. Now, American Eagle has put out this ad featuring actress Sydney Sweeney, and it got the internet losing its fucking mind. So obviously the big debate is, was the ad really that bad? Or is this just another reflex of the sensitive ass generation that we're in right now? Whatever it is that you're thinking, by the end of this video, we would have come to a rational viewpoint. So without further ado, let's just get into it. To kill two birds with one stone, what I'm really gonna do is look at this news story that NBC did, so that way we can see the ad and see some of the backlash that it's been getting.
It's the ad campaign that it seems like no one can stop talking about, garnering massive attention. Actress Sydney Sweeney, clad in all denim for American Eagle, looking at camera and delivering these words.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
The steamy campaign causing quite the debate.
My genes are blue.
When you first saw the ad, what was your reaction?
I won't lie to you. At first, I kind of skipped it over. I didn't pay too much mind to it until later on TikTok. I see people bringing it more attention.
It's giving eugenics. It's giving white supremacy. I'm uncomfortable watching that, and I'm white.
For those who
Hold on a second, actually. Sorry for the detour, but I've heard the word eugenics thrown around a few times. Eugenics, the study of how to arrange reproduction within a human population to increase the occurrence of heritable characteristics regarded as desirable. Developed largely by Sir Francis Galton as a method of improving the human race, eugenics was increasing. Okay, all right. I kind of get the gist of it, and obviously, yes, it goes into the whole Nazi thing. Okay. Well, we all understand what eugenics is now, yeah? Okay.
find it offensive, saying it's promoting eugenics and its discredited idea of white genetic superiority.
The scripting and the individual that they chose was definitely not the right route.
Are you wearing American
But I
Eagle
am wearing
shorts
American
right?
Eagle shorts right now.
Has it changed your opinion on the company and how you will you continue to shop there?
Slightly. I mean, I'm not going in this store today. I can tell you that right now.
To others who find it harmless and say it's just about the denim.
Haters, that's what you all are. Sydney Sweeney looks damn good. Keep on hating. Congratulations, Sydney.
Honestly, like, she can do her thing. I'm a girl's girl, so I support it.
This week, even President Trump joining the conversation.
If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic.
All of it sparking a full-out debate.
Everyone's talking about the American Eagle ad.
This Trump guy.
Because essentially they feel like the advertiser is making a play with homophones, with genes and genes. Some of the views are saying, you know, this is just an ad. We're looking too much into this. And then others are saying, no, this is absolutely problematic and something that we should address.
Anytime you get a response to anything that's this strong, it obviously is a sign that you've really struck a chord. The culture wars are far from over, right?
Over the weekend, the actress at the center of it all, stepping.
You know, I don't know. Before we get into that, I'm paraphrasing. She said, you know, about if anything strikes this much of a chord, it must be something wrong. Or what about maybe society is just overly sensitive? I mean, I kind of believe that we're living in a society right now where people are looking for problems. People are just ready to be offended by stuff. It's almost as if they're actively looking to make sure that there isn't anything that's out of place, that there's not anything that's gonna offend us. So I think, yes, of course, if something strikes enough of a chord, that means there's something going on. But I don't think it's solely on the thing that's striking the chord. It's also down to the people who the chord is being struck with, I feel.
Stepping out at the premiere of her new film, Americana, but staying mum on the controversy.
Sydney Sweeney is one of the hottest young Hollywood stars right now. She not only is in shows that your children are probably watching, like Euphoria.
Why do you look like that?
Like what? Like a country music star.
In a good way or a bad way? You better be joking.
She also was in the first season of the well-lauded anthology, The White Lotus.
It sounds like you scored.
Yeah, he's super hot. Congrats.
She is someone who is very much collecting credits in some of the most inventive pieces of art right now in Hollywood.
And you know what? I'm glad that she said that, because I think that's an important thing that we're probably going to end up coming back to, that she is deemed to be like hot property right now. She's the it girl. So when it comes to beauty, even if she just naturally is good looking, whatever you feel that is, her being the girl of the moment kind of amplifies it even more. Like, I think I'm a pretty handsome guy, but if I was like the guy of the moment, man, people would be viewing me, perceiving me to be even hotter than I actually am. You feel me? So I think that's an important variable to keep in mind here.
And some of the most inventive pieces of art right now in Hollywood.
The 27-year-old also making waves in her first starring role in a large feature film, Anyone But You, alongside Glenn Powell.
So maybe I'll just have a peppermint tea with 2 sugars. Thanks, husband.
Oh, and the bread. It's grilled cheese night.
Sweeney's latest domination of the news cycle started nearly 2 weeks ago when retailer American Eagle dropped its new campaign with several different videos and billboards.
In the ads, we're seeing the camera kind of slowly make its way up over the course of her body and her talking in a very soft delivery, very sexy, and in a lot of ways sensual way, saying, you know, I'm not going to tell you to buy the jeans that I'm wearing, but I am going to tell you that I have great jeans.
And I definitely won't say that they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn.
As more people saw the ads, the headlines began, and so did the backlash.
This weird jeans ad for American Eagle is at best ignorant and at worst like literally promoting eugenics.
All I think they wanted was to get people to start talking about American Eagle again.
Welcome to the Megyn Kelly Show.
Others defending American Eagle.
I don't want to be like stereotypical or whatever, or be prejudiced, but see these two women who had an issue, right?
Is at best ignorant and at worst like literally promoting eugenics.
That first girl especially, once again, I'm trying not to be prejudiced, but let's keep it real, man. Doesn't she seem like the type that this is what she does? She's the type that just has issues with shit. You know, those people that just have like an issue with stuff. They're very quick to misunderstand because they're leaning towards being offended anyway, or seeing things as offensive. Because, you know, we could, what I'm saying is, we can all take things differently. I think your mindset very much dictates how you receive anything. If you step outside with a negative mindset, most things that happen to you, you'll perceive it as negative. You know, oh, why is this happening now? And blah, blah. Like you'll turn things into an issue. Whereas if you step out with a positive mindset, maybe the same set of things could have happened to you, but it just doesn't phase you as much because you're not even looking at it in that. It's really the whole glass half full, glass half empty kind of mindset. And I think a lot of these people have this premeditated disposition that makes them more susceptible to being offended by things or finding things to be offended by.
We're sick and tired of the nonsense where you are not allowed to ever celebrate someone who is white and blonde and blue-eyed.
And Bill Maher on Real Time.
Before we get to Bill Maher, I think she has a point. When can you celebrate yourself without being bound by some of the remnants of the past?
I also think it's pretty funny that all the online social justice girls are like, it's racist. There's no such thing as good genes. Right, and then you go on Tinder and swipe left on every bald guy.
This serves as
That's actually a good point, because let's be honest, there are good genes. And yes, to some degree, that's subjective, depending on, I guess, on what scenario we're speaking. You know, good genes as far as your physique, your health, your metabolism, you know, you can have this. There are certain areas where you can be very objective about it. One thing I get a lot, not to be tooting my own horn here, but, you know, I look mad younger than what I actually am. And you know what people say? You got good genes.
This serves as a good reminder that the American public is still highly divided and polarized. And I think that, you know, anything or any business or company that, you know, wades into that crossfire can expect to have a similar reaction.
Some celebrities entering the conversation too. Lizzo.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the usual suspects. Lizzo, of course. Doja Cat. I know Doja Cat is going to say something patronizing or satirical or just some fuckery.
Lizzo posting this video to her page today with her version of the Gene ad.
Even Doja Cat has done a play on this advertisement, kind of making fun of Sydney Sweeney's like sexy whisper style of delivery in this ad.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
American Eagle responding late last week.
I see what she did there. She's doing the whole hillbilly thing because some of the most racist white people are, you know, they talk like that.
Responding late last week. Writing in part on Instagram, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is and always was about the genes. Going on to say, we'll continue to celebrate how everyone wears their AE genes with confidence their way.
The company obviously decided to stand by their ad, but that has clearly not quelled the controversy or persuaded the critics, because I don't believe that people believe that their word choices weren't intentional.
Sweeney has not responded to ABC News' request for comment. This isn't the first time there's been a debate over an ad campaign for designer denim. In 1980, Calvin Klein sparked a conversation when then 15-year-old model Brooke Shields posed and said this tagline.
You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing.
And then there was Anna Nicole Smith's 1990s campaign for Guess Jeans.
Sweeney nodding to Anna Nicole Smith in her own Guess campaign in 2021.
The actress has turned heads with several of her brand deals, selling her bath water and her Dr. Squatch soap.
Hello, you dirty little boys. Are you interested in my body? Wash.
Rolling out special menu items with Baskin Robbins.
The world we live in, man. Sex has been selling for so long. Like, this is nothing new.
Hey, Sydney. Your signature scoop is ready.
Thank you.
What?
Sydney Sweeney is pretty much ubiquitous right now. And aside from the brand deals, she's just everywhere. She was recently at Jeff Bezos' wedding. She truly is someone who has made a mark on pop culture.
Sydney, those eyes, please.
The big question now, what does this mean for Sydney Sweeney's standing in Hollywood?
It's hard to know how everything will play out in the end for both, the company and Sydney Sweeney, personally, and, by way of, the brand that's built up around her.
I think this is a prime example of there being no such thing as bad publicity. Not only has American Eagle stock gone up, but people are actually searching for these ads to see what people are talking about in the first place.
Facts, like I've just done. Well, la-dee-da, huh? Where do I stand on all of this? What is the most rational viewpoint, the most rational stance to take here? Usually before I come to any sort of conclusion or any sort of perspective, I need to reflect internally. What is it about me that's making me feel some way about this thing that's happened? And I think we'll find, if we start that way, you'll find that most times it's not necessarily the thing that's the problem. It's just there's something maybe that you've experienced that's just rubbed you the wrong way, and that's what's causing like the dissonance between you and that thing. It's kind of like, your partner perceives something that you may have done in a way that you didn't mean it to be, but the only reason they perceived it in whatever way that is triggering them is due to some experience that they've had. And because of this experience, whether it was some sort of a trauma or just a negative experience that they've had with someone, they're now projecting that onto you. So your actions seem similar to something that they've experienced. But instead of rationally looking at it, they lean towards the thing that they know of and maybe are afraid of or are concerned about, or it strikes fear in them. They just lean to that thing. And suddenly you're defending yourself against some shit that you didn't even do anyway. But it's just something that we all go through. It's just that some of us need to be more aware of our emotions and more aware of what's actually going on, and understand that there's a lot of variables to a situation, and that we should really take these variables into consideration before we try to solve the equation. And I want to say that again, we need to really take all variables into consideration, because what happens, I think, a lot is when there are too many variables, then people just cherry pick the ones that they want and discard ones that maybe that they shouldn't know, like, hey, maybe should have paid attention to that too. But on the flip side, when there's a lack of variables, then people just kind of make up their own. They just assume stuff and just add it into the equation. Without me knowing about all the backlash, I wouldn't think anything of this ad, to be quite honest with you. Like that woman mentioned earlier, Sydney Sweeney is hot property right now. That's good money. And one thing I know about big businesses, these corporations or these big brands, is they trying to get to the bag. Their first priority is business. Even when they try to make it out like, we're just here trying to donate to this charity or whatever, you know, we're really about so and so and so. We want to make it that everyone feels that they're represented. They don't give a shit. It's just good for business. Sydney Sweeney is good for business. You know, Mark Lamont Hill said something interesting on the Joe Budden podcast. He was saying that one of his main concerns is how this blonde hair, blue-eyed standard of beauty may have a negative impact on non-white young girls who feel inferior because they see that as what the world wants as far as beauty is concerned. And yes, I get that that has been an issue in the past. I mean, the ramifications still exist now, but you know, now's not the time to talk about black women and the many hairstyles that resemble. Anyway, pushing of the white beauty standard in media used to be a thing back in the day, but at this present time we have such a diverse type of media. If you see my Instagram Explore page, the thoughts don't look like Sydney Sweeney. No disrespect to her, she's a good looking woman, but she's not necessarily my cup of tea. If you want to catch my attention and the attention of a lot of people, because beauty standards is very diverse, because Sydney Sweeney, if you look at her physique, if we're gonna be real about this shit, she has a particular type of physique that a lot of people don't really give a crap about. We wouldn't have this BBL craze that we're currently in. See what I'm saying here? And on top of that, I think that speaks to what's happening in the household. We live in an age where we're exposed to so many different types of media. For the most part, we can control a lot of what we're seeing. Gone are the days, especially in this Western society, that we have to live up to that particular thing. We are attracted to different things at the end of the day. Historically, that was a physique that was the white standard, and now we have big booty hoe other things that we are attracted to, that a lot of people are attracted to. I think people are making more of an issue of this ad than it really is, and you can identify most of them because when they get on their soapbox or when they put their opinions out, it's always just to complain or just to nag. They never offer a solution, because there's certain ways someone could come at something. For instance, if I had a problem with that ad, I'd be like, you know what, guys, I don't know if this is what's being done here, but I should hope that, you know, American Eagle, you know, the next leg of their advertising is to pick someone else of a different race or whatever and continue on with the good genes slogan that they're using. So now we can see that, okay, it's not really about the fact that this is some white blonde hair, blue-eyed chick. It's just really just about the fact that she's hot, or to a certain demographic, she's hot. I shouldn't even say to a certain demographic, because once again, as far as mainstream land is concerned, she is the it girl. But yeah, I feel like I've rambled on a lot. I recorded a lot more, and it turns out the microphone wasn't recording, because when I switched scenes, I don't even want to get technical about it, but I have a whole lot of footage with no audio, so I had to redo my thoughts, so they're probably not the same, because I'm actually just freestyling this. You know, sometimes I write up a script or whatnot, depending on what type of video I want to make. But in this case, I just wanted to react. With reaction videos, I just wanted to be my raw reaction at the time. But maybe I'm going to start doing both. And by the way, I just want to say, firstly, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you very much for watching. And thank you if you've ever watched any of the other videos, and maybe if you've subscribed. I really do appreciate it. And one of the reasons that I make these videos is, you know, I want to promote having the conversation, being able to approach things in a positive way. We can still be able to catch jokes and not be so offended about things, and be able to speak things out and be able to have differences of opinions, but still like hash it out and respect each other's opinions, but really take it to task. And also in doing so, hold ourselves accountable and really challenge our own thoughts to make sure that we're not on some bullshit. Anyway, I think I've rambled enough, so I'd love it if you leave a comment, throw your 2 cents in, and let's make some change. And I'll see you in the next video.